There is just one relegation place to be decided on the final day of the Premier League season, with Swansea needing a minor miracle to survive at the expense of Southampton. Can the Welsh side pull it off? BBC Sports football expert Mark Lawrenson thinks not, saying, "I expect Swansea to beat Stoke, but not by anywhere near enough for them to stay up. For Southampton to be relegated now, they would have to lose to Manchester City while Swansea win, and with a 9-goal swing in goal difference, which is not going to happen." Lawro is making predictions for all 308 top-flight games this season, against a variety of guests. His final guest of the 2017-18 campaign is England netball head coach Tracey Neville. Tracey, who steered England to gold at the last month's Commonwealth Games, is the younger sister of former England defender and coach Gary Neville, and the twin of England women's football head coach Phil. England stunned Australia to win netball gold with last gasp goal. Tracey grew up supporting the team that both her brothers played for, Manchester United. "It is United all the way for me, they are true to my heart," she told BBC Sport. "I do still have a season ticket at Old Trafford, but I don't actually get out to watch them these days. I am probably more of a social supporter. Her favorite moment as a United fan is a game both her brothers were involved in, their last gasp win in the 1999 Champions League final, when Gary played against Bayern Munich at the Nou Camp and Phil was on the bench. It's got to be Barcelona, hasn't it?" Neville said. "It is weird that it happened in the same way that my moment happened at the Commonwealth Games, coming back from behind to triumph in the last seconds. I just remember being away on tour with the England netball team as a player, sat watching it in my hotel room at about 4 a.m. My roommate was in the bed next to mine, and when United's winner went in, I just remember putting my pillow to my mouth and literally screaming into it so I didn't wake her up." Premier League predictions. Week 38 result. Lawro Tracey. Sunday, Burnley v Bournemouth XX210-0, Crystal Palace v West Brom X120-1, Huddersfield v Arsenal XX110-2, Liverpool v Brighton XX201-2, Man Utd v Watford XX2020, Newcastle v Chelsea XX022-1, Southampton v Man City XX020-4, Swansea v Stoke X201-2, Tottenham v Leicester XX201-0, West Ham v Everton XX200. A correct result, picking a win, draw or defeat, is worth 10 points. The exact score earns 40 points. Lawro's predictions. All kickoffs 1500 British Summer Time. Sunday, Burnley v Bournemouth. Both of these teams have had good seasons. In fact, Burnley have had an outstanding one. The Clarets are in Europe already, so this result does not really matter, but they will want to end such a successful season on a high with a home win. Constant improvement is tough. How Bournemouth made a bad start, losing their first 4 games, but after recovering from that, they have never seriously seemed like they are in any real relegation trouble. Another big positive for the Cherries is their ability to come back in games, and they try to play football as well, which is also a good thing. You don't get the sense that they start the season thinking that they just want to avoid relegation any way they can. Their mantra seems to be more along the lines of, "Let's go and play." In comparison, the Clarets are not the most open team. They can be pretty functional, but I think they will come out on top on Sunday. Lawro's prediction, 2-1. Tracey's prediction, neither team has anything to play for, so this could be quite a flat game. 0-0, Crystal Palace v West Brom. After 5 games of the season, West Brom were 10th with 2 wins, 2 draws and just 1 defeat, while Crystal Palace were bottom with 0 points. What a contrast there has been in their results since then. What I like about Palace goes beyond the way they have been coached and the way their manager Roy Hodgson has got results. That has all been very impressive, but their success is also down to their fans. Hodgson sympathizes for relegated Stoke after Palace win when they play at Selhurst Park. It is really intimidating. It is always noisy and the atmosphere is great, and I don't think you can say that about too many grounds in the Premier League. Having said all that, I am going for a surprise here, because I think the Baggies will win. Their form under caretaker manager Darren Moore has been superb, and although they have been relegated since their last match, Saturday's win over Spurs, I am expecting another strong performance from them here. Lawro's prediction, 1-2. Tracey's prediction, West Brom are down, but I still think they will want to put on a good performance for their caretaker manager Darren Moore. 0-1. Huddersfield v Arsenal. I did not see Huddersfield's draw with Chelsea on Wednesday coming, same as I did not expect them to get anything at Manchester City on Sunday either. Those 2 points against two of the top 5 teams in the country have got the Terriers to safety, and I doff my cap to them because I never fancied them to stay up from day one. You can see that from the league table below based on my predictions, and I know Huddersfield fans have already noticed that. But that was because I always thought they were going to get relegated and did not think they had enough to stay up. Chelsea 1-1 Huddersfield. David Wagner say Terriers' survival is unbelievable achievement. In the last quarter of the season you could see them sinking into the abyss, so they deserve immense credit for turning that around and beating the drop. I am pleased too, because they are what I would call a typical championship team who got promoted and have had to fight very hard to stay there. The manager, David Wagner, has done a super job. As for Arsenal, am I surprised that they win 5-0 at home and then follow that by losing 3-1 at Leicester? No, not at all. Arsene Wenger, I've received more job offers than expected. The Gunners are still the only team in the top 4 tiers of English football not to have earned a single point on the road in 2018, although I do think that will change on Sunday. There is no way Huddersfield will play with the same intensity now they are safe, and a more open game will suit Arsene Wenger's side in his final game in charge. Lawro's prediction, 1-1. Tracey's prediction, it is Wenger's last game, so I think Arsenal will do it for their manager. 0-2. Liverpool v Brighton. Liverpool's superior goal difference means they only need a point to be sure of finishing above Chelsea and making the top 4, and I think the Reds will get the result they need. Brighton secured their survival by beating Manchester United last Friday night, and they are not fighting for anything anymore. All 3 promoted teams, Newcastle, Huddersfield and the Seagulls, have stayed up, and they have fought hard for it, because all of 3 of them have barely scratched the top half of the table since the end of November. Lawro's prediction, 2-0. Tracey's prediction, Liverpool have come off a pretty tough campaign and I am backing Brighton here. 1-2. Man Utd v Watford. It's been a bit of a strange season for Manchester United, but they are going to finish second and they could win the FA Cup too. Highlights, Man Utd 2-1 Tottenham, but Jose Mourinho's playing style is clearly a major problem for some United fans, and the other big issue is that they don't look like they are going to be anywhere near Manchester City again next season either. I am expecting United to win and pass the 80-point mark, which has been enough to win the title in 4 seasons during the Premier League era, but they never got close to City this year. Meanwhile, it has been a difficult campaign for Watford, and, although they have never really been in danger of relegation, this could be Javi Gracia's last game in charge of the Hornets. Lawro's prediction, 2-0. Tracey's prediction, I am obviously going for a United win here. 2-0. There has definitely been progress from United under Mourinho, in terms of them being where people want to be, which bodes well for next season. I've done quite a lot of research into Mourinho's methods as a coach and, as a leader myself in netball, I think there are some things he does that are great to take away. I have already done that to implement them in my sport. Newcastle v Chelsea. Chelsea have underachieved this season and I cannot see Antonio Conte being in charge of the Blues at the start of the next campaign. Unfortunately for Newcastle fans, it is not clear whether Rafa Benitez will still be their manager by then either. Tottenham 1-0 Newcastle. We deserved more. Benitez has done a great job and he will be happy if he gets some money to spend in the transfer market, so it is a no-brainer to try to keep him, surely. Newcastle have not picked up another point since they passed the 40-point mark a few weeks ago. They have lost 4 games in a row, but that doesn't matter because it is job done, they are safe. I don't see the Magpies returning to winning ways on Sunday, either. It would be just like Chelsea to put in a silky performance this week, but they have not done that often enough this season. Lawro's prediction, 0-2 Tracey's prediction, 2-1 Southampton v Man City. I'm expecting City to win, but not by enough goals to send Saints down. Guardiola's side have broken the records for most points, most goals and most wins in a Premier League season, but he wants the champions to reach 100 points too. Man City 3-1 Brighton. Pep Guardiola says Man City have almost had the perfect season. One hope they do it because they deserve it, and I cannot see anyone beating those records for a long time. The football City have played has been sublime. Yes, the numbers are fantastic, but their style of play is what people will remember in years to come. Lawro's prediction, 0-2 Tracey's prediction, I just think City are too good at the moment. 0-4 Swansea v Stoke. Expect Swansea to win, but not by anywhere near enough for them to stay up. They will be joining Stoke in the Championship next season. Swansea boss Carlos Carvalhal will be leaving at the end of the season. He started well but they have gone 8 games without a win, and that is why they are back down at the bottom end of the table. Lawro's prediction, 2-0 Tracey's prediction, Stoke have got a lot to prove following their relegation, so I actually think this will be a real battle. I think Swansea will take an early lead but Stoke will come back at them to win. 1-2 Tottenham v Leicester. Leicester are another club where we do not know whether the manager will stay in his job at the end of the season. There are 10 Premier League sides whose manager is either definitely leaving, on a short-term contract that ends this summer, or faces an uncertain future because of poor results or relegation: Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton, Leicester, Southampton, Stoke, Swansea, Watford, West Brom and West Ham. If you count Newcastle manager Rafa Benitez, who may decide he wants to leave if he is not backed financially, and Huddersfield boss David Wagner, who is being touted as a potential replacement for Fox's boss Claude Puel, then that figure is 12 managers who could be leaving out of 20 top-flight clubs. Puel pleased for fans after important performance. That is what the Premier League is like these days, with such a high turnover of managers. It seems a lot of clubs are making a decision almost day by day. There is no forward thinking going on. If Puel needs to win to keep his job, then I don't think that will happen. I am backing Tottenham to win, and Harry Kane to score. He got a hat-trick on the final day of last season. Lawro's prediction, 2-0 Tracey's prediction, Spurs know they are finishing in the top 4 and I think they will sign off for the season with a win. 1-0 West Ham. The Everton-West Ham boss David Moyes and Everton manager Sam Allardyce are 2 of the managers I was talking about above. Both men have done what was asked of them by keeping their sides up after being appointed in mid-season, and, while Moyes will get a say in his future, it could be that Everton decide that Allardyce is surplus to requirements. Everton need changes to improve Allardyce. It is hard to know what is going on at Everton because there are so many mixed messages coming out of Goodison Park. Allardyce appears adamant he is staying for the final year of his contract, but I don't think many Toffees fans would be too happy if that happens. Will either of them be in the Premier League in August? Who knows? But if they aren't, I would not bet against them getting a job in September or October when a chairman presses the panic button. In terms of the game, I am going for Moyes to come out on top against his former club. Laura's prediction, 2-0. Tracey's prediction, I think this will be another flat game. 0-0. Laura was speaking to BBC Sports' Chris Bevan. How did Laura do in midweek? From the rearranged midweek Premier League games on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Laura got 3 correct results, with no perfect scores, from 6 matches for a total of 30 points. Laura was up against opponents who had made predictions on FA Cup quarter-final and semi-final weekend. Comedian John Bishop also picked up 20 points after getting 2 correct results, but BBC Asian network DJ Noreen Khan did not add to her tally. Total scores after week 37: Laura 3,360, guests 2,730, Laura v guests P37W23D3L11. Denote position difference between Laura's table and actual POSITIONPOSTEAMPWDLPTS -1. Man City 3,831,619,902, Man UTD 3,830,719,703, Tottenham 3,830,719,704, Liverpool 38,231,508,405, Chelsea 3,824,958,106, Arsenal 38,191,366,807, Leicester 381,681,456, 28, Burnley 3,812,121,448, -19, West Ham 38,101,711,476, 610, Southampton 38,121,016,46,711, Bournemouth 38,111,017,43,112, West Brom 38,127,194,3,713, Stoke 38,131,737,714, Crystal Palace 38,982,135,315, Everton 38,111,935,716, Newcastle 38,710,213,161,717, Brighton 38,413,212,5,318, Swansea 38,662,624,019, Watford 38,572,622,620, Huddersfield 382,132,319, 4 GUESTLEADERBOARDSCORE 160, Justin Hawkins, Chris Shiflett 130, James Anderson *, Joe Johnson * 120, Russell Leach * Will Poulter, Moeen Ali 110, Aaron Baines * 100, Noreen Khan, Cesaro Farrell, Nish Kumar, Non-Stanford, Rick Witter 50, Steve Cram, Michael Dappa, Russell Howard, Channing Tatum, Joe Root, Margot Robbie and Allison Janney, Dario Saric, Osiu Miniora and Jason Bell, 40, James Bay, Craig David, Edley 30, Alice James, Reece James, Felix White 20, Charlie Cooper, Richard Osman, Emmanuel Sanders and Josh Norman * shows weeks where Laura had more than one guest, and only the highest score contributed to the guest total. Laura's best score, 170 points, week 30 v Arnie and Justin from the back scenes. Laura's worst score, 40 points, week 4 v Miniora and Bell, week 5 v Non-Stanford, week 21 v Darren Campbell and week 23 v Saric and Baines.